Life is not perfect, and neither are we. Welcome to Raw and Unhinged. Lara and Steph will be bringing you real and insightful chats on health, psychology, fitness, and nutrition. Lara is a qualified nutritionist and fitness enthusiast who loves her pizza, and Steph, a registered psychologist, author, and renowned brunch queen. We hope you're ready for today's chat. Welcome to part 2 of Raw and Unhinged, where we continue with our chat on eating disorders. In this episode, we go over some tips and tricks to help you manage your eating more effectively and reduce any anxiety associated with binge eating.
You know what? I've learned so many things from Steph, and I think it's really important, on our walks, everything like that, I would take things out of our walk and actually practice it in everyday life. Like the thing that you're telling me about, and I tell this to a lot of my clients who now approach me and say, they've got problems with, eating all this stuff at night, or, binge eating, or, not sticking to their diet. It's called, one thing that, reminisces in my brain from our walks is, focus on whether it's mindful eating or physical eating. So one thing that you taught me was, especially if you crave something after you finish dinner, it's probably in your mind. So, have your dinner, sit there, go do something else, and then see if you're actually physically hungry after. So there's two differences. So mental, if you're mentally hungry, you will just think about it. It's just an urge. It's just a feeling. Whereas if you're physically hungry, you will feel it. Your stomach will rumble. Everyone knows when they're physically hungry. Of course, you get the shakes a little, your stomach rumbles, you're sitting there, everything like that. So distinguishing between those two really helped me, control those urges and control, that snacking at night. But of course, if you make a slip up and a mistake, just get over it. That's the best advice I can give to anyone. You would have a lot of clients come to you and say, what do I do if I make a mistake? My first initial thought and what I say to a lot of them is, just forget it. Just start the new day fresh. Of course you ate it. There's nothing you can do about it. Just, start the next day or this next meal as best as you can. What would your advice be in that instance?
Yeah, exactly. And can I say, you're a model student. You go home, you practice what we talk about. And this is what I say to people, and this is what you say to your clients. They've got 1 hour with you, but it's about the nutrition they put into their life outside of their time with you. And that's what gets results. So it's practice, practice, practice. And yes, you're right. There's emotional hunger, and then there's your real hunger, and knowing the difference is a game changer. It really is. And these are things they don't teach you in school. And this is why we have so many issues with eating. And like you said, I noticed that within myself, I'd be sitting here and every time I got an email from, an old boss, I would be like, I need chocolate. Like, oh my God, I actually feel like I need it. I need it right now. And that sudden urge is an emotional hunger urge. So knowing the difference, total game changer.
Really big at the moment as well, and we always talk about it, is stress eating. I think that is so big at the moment, especially because we are in isolation, and it's very hard for us to take it like emotional, because we can't go out and do things. I used to love going out and going for brunches, going for this, going for that, but a lot of people have lost their jobs, are very stressed at the moment, and they will take that out on food. What's your best advice in that instance?
Yeah, you're exactly right. And they've actually done some statistics, and 70% of people are drinking more as well during this COVID.
You know what? I actually haven't had a drink since we've been in isolation. I'm so proud of myself. I'm just saying, because every week or every weekend before isolation, when I was back in Sydney, I was going out every weekend and drinking. And now that we're in isolation, I feel like I'm an angel. I'm not.
We all have our different vices, whether it's chocolate, whether it's drinking. People are turning to it because it's fulfilling a need of comfort.
100%.
It's also, people can't avoid anymore. I know when I was stressed, I'm like, oh, I've got to be somewhere, so I can't do this now. I would go places to avoid responsibility.
Yes,
but now
always stay busy. Like, I'd be like, no, I have to go get my nails done. No, I have to go be here. I have to do this. I have to do that. So I avoided my feelings. And now that we're at home, now that we're in isolation, you have to confront them. We had this conversation like the other day. You have to confront those feelings now that your life has slowed down so much. So you're going to have to face them.
Exactly. And that's the thing. A lot's going to come up for people. A lot of triggers will come up for people, a lot of unresolved trauma, and just notice it and allow it to come and go. And if you find yourself wanting to eat or wanting to drink, ask yourself, what else am I feeling right now apart from, wanting to eat this? So that's to answer your question, a strategy is when you get an urge, to splurge, ask yourself, what else am I feeling right now? Because one, it gets you in touch with your feelings, and B, it's going to get in touch with the underlying cause driving that need for alcohol or lollies or whatever it is.
Yeah, I think really attaching with your thoughts and feeling in that instance, because you've always hidden from them, right? In everyday life, pre-isolation, we always hid from our thoughts and, you know, what we wanted to do as well. But really actually listen to our thoughts and feelings, I think that's a really big thing at overcoming it, especially when you're prone to, you know, stress eating and binge eating a lot. You know, really figuring out what that trigger is, I think it is super important, because, you know, you may have avoided it all your life, but now it's here. It's either going to get worse or it's going to get better. You can confront your demons or you can run away from them. And I think it's really important to do at this time, you know, now that your life is completely slowed down.
Yep. When we feel it, we can heal it.
That is so true.
Oh my goodness. And there was one other thing that you just reminded me of is, just sit with your feelings, the good, the bad, the ugly, because, you know, that's how you process them. That's how you get through them. That's what I was going to say. And the purpose of asking yourself, what else am I?
I'm just going to funny. We had the funniest conversation today. And Steph, just because she's a Pisces, and I was like, okay, my partner Pete is also a Pisces. So they just talk about like anything and like everything. And then they finally get to the point of the story, but they'll go on about like, you know, what I did yesterday, what I did today, what my boyfriend did this day. And I'm like, hang on, what is the point of this story? Anyway, getting back.
I like to go on a tangent, trust me. So the key of asking yourself, what else am I feeling right now, is because you get to the core, and then what you do is you want to address the core directly, what's going on. So that's why.
You know, and what I recommend to a lot of my clients as well, if they do have that urge, write a list of things down which they can do to overcome that urge. You know, for me, I love to do like TikTok. I love to do my social media. I love to go for a walk. I love to do this and that. So I think that's really important to, you know, find ways to keep you busy as well, and like find strategies to help overcome that too. I think that's super important. Yeah. And
actually doing the strategies when you don't feel like it. Like, you know, I know I should journal. I know I should meditate. I know, and you're not going to feel like it, but success comes from doing the things you don't feel like doing. Yeah. That is how you get to where you want to get to. And congrats on your TikTok, by the way. I saw you hit 7,000 people. That's more people than San Francisco. My gosh.
It's my secret life. I get to have fun.
I have to start this TikTok.
It is so much fun. You know, when I first heard about it, I was like, oh yeah, whatever. And then I started doing some, and I was like, okay, this is addictive. And now I do like push out 5 to 8 a day, because I'm just in my room dancing, and it's so fun. And dance, so much exercise. I like get puffed. This is a full different exercise regime to me. So it's good.
It is. And it's good to have a hobby outside of work, life, and fitness. And that's what we want to preach to people, because when you enter an eating disordered world, say your life is a pie chart, 80% of your pie chart becomes a fixation on food, body image, and your shape. And what you want to do is you want to increase that pie chart to include other fun things, whether it's pottery or TikTok. You want to make your pie chart of life more whole.
Anyway, guys, we're going to leave it there, but hopefully you guys can see that, you know, girls can have a chat to each other, and, you know, we talk about normal things. We talk about girl things. We talk about boys. We talk about food. We talk about everything. So, you know, it's called, you know, we want to be unhinged and we want to be real at the same time. So we're going to do this more ongoing, aren't we? We're going to try to do it every time. We're going to pick a different topic each fortnight and talk about it. And, you know, it's just a girl talk. It's just girl talk.
And we want to know your feedback. Let us know what you want to talk about. You know, it's free therapy for all of us.
And you can all know that you're not alone too. You know, these are really big topics that no one likes to talk about it, but we want to talk about it. You know, this is what we talk about too, because we're interested in it. We want to let you guys know that you're not alone either. So it's really important to, you know, get that out there, and we can all be open, and, you know, hopefully this can help a few people too, and realize that it is an issue, and you can start talking to your girlfriends about it, talk about to your sister about it, talk about, you know, to people about it, you know, because issue shouldn't be kept up, because it's only going to get worse, right?
Absolutely. Do you know what? It all starts with the decision to try, and that's where it all begins. So just trying and putting yourself out and talking about it, will bring about a big change. So thank you so much. I love this talk.
I know. Well, I'll see you tomorrow for our daily walk. But I hope you
Okay,
guys enjoyed
all right. See you tomorrow.
soon. See you soon.